Yeah, stop struggling like you trying to take.
Look at the extra milligram.
Yeah. It's hot early. This show is called Monday Night Madness for a reason. Monday Night Madness for a reason. This guy over here already spazzing out to my right now. I ain't having it. I'm not going for it today. And quotes, you keep your quotes to yourself while you over here trying to second this half mess that Marcus the Alphabets was talking before this show. By the way, you watching Monday Night Madness. You know what it is, man. Monday, it's a beautiful Monday. Actually, it's a humid Monday, and it's raining over here. But it's still a beautiful Monday because I get to talk sports with my guy, Mr. Friday Night Lights, himself, Mr. Alphabets Bits, Mr. I love Josh Allen on the low, Mr. Mr. I am the guy who's talking about Josh Allen wouldn't make it out of the AFC North. Marcus the Alphabets. Now, let me finish my introductions, man. Before we get into this, man, we gotta get into
what's going on there. What's going on, everybody? I hope everybody's doing all right. We got a great. I wish sometimes that y'all could hear how we go at it, and this goes for my co-host too. And right before we go on the air, a lot of times we are going back and forth for 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours debating. It's just we love sports, and I hope y'all see the energy that we bring to these shows. It means a lot to us, and we couldn't do this without y'all. So it's love. It's nothing but love and respect, man. And I just love it, man. Just some of my favorite people, man. We got a nice show lined up for you. Let's go to work.
Man, y'all already know what it is, man. And I definitely second that for sure. By the way, speaking of which, making statements around here, Marcus the Alphabets, we got somebody who loves making statements. His nickname is literally Statement, in quotations. My guy, what's going on, Quotes?
Oh, man, not much. I see you starting early, man. I see this is going to be a real interesting one.
Yeah, I'm starting early. I'm telling you, the fire starter is out today. The fire starter is out for sure, man. Listen, we got to get right into our blooper segment. We got to get right into the blooper segment if we have it. If we don't, yep, we do. All right. Blooper segment right here on Monday Night Madness. You guys, I hope y'all enjoy this real quick, what we got for y'all today. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see. Let's see what's popping. And if we don't got it, we can move on. That's how hot this show is about to be. So y'all might want to like and share. Like and share this show straight up. No question. Oh, and by the way, while I'm doing that, shout out to Ramona Dye, who puts all this together. She's phenomenal, by the way. Thank you again.
I don't know where the hell the comments are at.
I could see some of the comments, by the way. I see some.
I don't know what the hell.
All right, regardless of the fact, we could maybe play that a little later if it don't work right now. We can play that a little later. We got some things to get into anyway. Headline news. Oh, yep, here we go. Headline news right here. Thank you. I appreciate that. Bam Bam, Jimmy Garoppolo is staying with the 49ers. We even had some debate about this earlier today. I need to know what y'all thoughts is. Quotes, Marcus the Alphabets. What's your thoughts on Jimmy G staying with the 49ers?
Coaches see what happens every day, things that we do not see. And a lot of times, for strategic reasons, they don't tell us certain things. That's why you have to look at their actions and not what they're saying. Oh, we're gonna have a competition, or oh, we're gonna do this, or we're gonna do that. That is a smokescreen. The actions that this say here, what do they say? Actions speak louder than words. What this says to me is, I gave you the three things that this said to me. One, we aren't totally sold on Trey Lance. Two, we do not want Jimmy G to become a free agent and go wherever he wants to go and maybe end up in Seattle. And three, we did not want to pay. We still kind of wanted Jimmy G, but not at the price that we were going to have to pay him $26 million. He has the opportunity to earn up to $16 million with incentives with playing. I don't know if he plays that much. I think maybe he earns around $8 to $9 million this year, but he has the potential to earn 16. But what this tells me is what they're seeing. They don't think that he has progressed as well as he should be now. He's in year 2. He basically got the red shirt last season. And they, he's going to be our guy. He's our guy going forward. Jimmy G, go seek a trade. And they see things in practice, and their actions are saying, we aren't totally sold on this guy yet. Or like Mona, when we were talking about it, or maybe ever. But you're kind of stuck with this kid. When you draft a guy in the first round, you've got to play him. No matter what it may be, either today or tomorrow, you got to pay him. When you got a Zach Wilson who goes number 2, you got to play him. When you got, this guy, you got to play him. Your guy in Green Bay, he's got to eventually play. When you go and re-sign Aaron Rodgers for another 4 years, when you drafted a guy in the first round, what are you saying? You're saying Jordan Love is not ready to play because we would have moved on from Aaron Rodgers, got a whole bunch of compensation. We were all predicting last year that Aaron Rodgers was going to go perhaps to Denver. And they said, nope, we look at this kid and he's not ready. That's what they're saying to me. This kid, I don't feel totally comfortable in handing the reins to this guy. That's what that says to me.
Yes, and to touch on some things we talked about earlier with this and what Marcus was just saying, you don't want to end up in a Jordan Love Green Bay Packers situation where you don't play him and you do nothing with him. So they're kind of forced. The 49ers they're in a position where they have to throw Trey Lance out there. They have to see what they have with him. They have to put him in that position to either be the guy or prove he isn't the guy. You're never going to know with him just sitting there behind Jimmy G. So they have to put him out there. And that's why they named him the starter so comfortably early in training camp, is because they had no other choice. And if this doesn't work out, if this doesn't pan out for them and he doesn't look as good as they're hoping he does, then Jimmy G is there. And of course, they don't want him to be a free agent. They don't want him to go to maybe Seattle. They don't want him to go and get a DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett and see them 2 times a year and remind them that, hey, while this guy isn't working out, I'm going to destroy you twice a year with these guys.
Yes.
That's the last thing the San Francisco 49ers or any organization in this position would want. So they're really stuck with a rock and a hard place here because they have to play Trey Lance, and I hope it works out for everyone involved. But I do think, especially with the incentives placed and the fact that he can earn that much with incentives, they don't think Trey Lance is going to be playing all 17 games this year. They don't believe that, and they can't just flat out say that. So this is the proof of that.
Oh yeah. Mama said knock y'all out today. Mama said knock you out. I'm going to tell you why I'm going to knock this right out the park. First and foremost, number one, I see what y'all San Francisco 49ers doing. Y'all think y'all real slick. This is a move. This is a move to save money. But if I'm Jimmy G, let me just preface it this, since we talking about Jimmy G. First and foremost, if I'm Jimmy G, I want your apology to be as loud as your disrespect was. And let me tell you why. First and foremost, I want to know what you saw from training camp to OTA, somebody who sits in them. Somebody who done sat around some of these things, OTAs and training camp. What you saw from OTAs and training camp to now that all of a sudden made you so comfortably put me on the back burner to all of a sudden in 2 weeks, now you want me to sit here and you want me to be the sidekick. Well, you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of the person who lead a girlfriend who want another girl, and when they find out that girl don't work, I'm going to go back to the ex-girl. Hell no. If I'm Jimmy G, I'm making you pay me. Want to know why you gonna pay me? Because you shouldn't have left me to begin with, damn you. That's what you get. I don't give a damn about, oh, well, Trey Lance, they got Trey Lance, and we had to do this, that, and the third. Oh, no, you could have did some better things for Jimmy G to become a better coach. I mean, ain't he under Kyle Shanahan and them? Ain't he under that offensive-minded person? Ain't he under that coaching staff? Yeah, you wanted to go get Trey Lance, right? And then you wanted to disrespect me by putting Trey Lance as the starter, knowing damn well Trey Lance shouldn't have been the starter to begin with, damn it. So guess what? Pay me, player. I don't care about this $6.5 million. I don't care about no roster bonuses. I don't care about, I can make nearly $16 million. If I'm Jimmy G, I'm sitting my ass right on the bench the whole season. Oh, no, you're going to ride Trey Lance all the way out. And once you do, pay me. Pay me my money. Run me my check. Run me my check. You know that check that you decided to so graciously cut? Run me my check. You don't want to go to Seattle? Run me my check. Because guess what happens this year after this year? I become guess what? Free agent anyway. So guess what?
Here's the thing about it. Jimmy G still kind of wins. You got to look at it like this. Didn't he just have surgery on his shoulder? He just had surgery on his shoulder.
Does it matter? Does it matter? Because
yes, that does matter because
no. I'm not talking about his injury. Doesn't matter. But what I'm saying in this situation doesn't matter because they wanted to keep Jimmy G, right? They want to still keep him, right? They still, regardless of the shoulder injury, regardless if he can't shimmy the same way.
He's getting paid to sit on the bench while he has a bum shoulder.
And you still
there's no. So if you go to trade him now, no one is going to get. He ain't making no $16 million nowhere else. He ain't making $16 million nowhere.
Guess what? And that makes my point too. There was no trade partner for Jimmy G. So guess what? Guess what the 49ers, I felt like, just did? Played themselves in the end. Because if Trey Lance don't work out, you got to run me my check.
That's true too. But they also Trey Lance is only in his second year. They still got 3 years.
Marcus, did we not have this conversation about should we sit quarterbacks first or play them right off the start? when they come out in the first round? We had this conversation, right?
That's true.
That was the biggest reason why I had this conversation, is for conversations like this. So now, guess what? You know, as an organization, you gamble when you do this, that, and the third. If you gamble wrong, I'm telling you now, if I'm Jimmy G, pay me, run me my check, because your apology is going to be as loud as your disrespect was. Point blank, period. That's how I feel about it. Now, I know we got the sports angle who could give us a sports angle on this situation. We talk about Jimmy G and Trey Lance right now. Rocco.
Hey, how's it going, my friend?
What's good? I know you there.
Nothing much.
So talk about this Jimmy G situation real quick.
Working every day at a time. But well, here's the thing. Jimmy G, he was the guy in San Francisco. Jimmy G was the knight in shining armor once they got him from New England. For 2 or 3 years, he was the guy in San Francisco. But Marcus, you know this just as well as I do, and Andre, you know it as well. It's not about what you did for me back then. It's about what have you done for me now. And when it comes to Jimmy Garoppolo, you got to understand that Super Bowl appearance, that was a few years ago. That big check he got a few years ago. That comes to the second-year Trey Lance, to a younger guy in Trey Lance. Nothing against Jimmy Garoppolo. He's a good quarterback. But Trey Lance is the future in San Francisco. Everyone in San Francisco already knows that. So I'm going to say when it comes to San Francisco 49ers, Trey Lance is the future. And when they get to Super Bowl this year, it's going to be great to see.
Rocco, you don't buy that just as much as you buy the Chicago Bears going to win the Super Bowl, sir. If Trey Lance was the answer, then why are they keeping Jimmy G for all this money?
They're to me, they're trying to keep him. They're trying to keep him away from. They're trying to keep him away from Seattle.
Oh, no, Marcus, don't you backpedal off what you said. You said earlier that they must have seen something in Trey Lance that they don't like as well, right? We said that. Okay, so Rocco, sports angle once again. If you claim that he's such the future, then why are they keeping Jimmy G, sir?
Is he there?
I hear cricket. Yeah. Oh.
Hey, I'm here. I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm here.
We can hear you now.
He's an insurance policy. That's what he is. You know, he's there just in case if something bad happens. If there's an injury, there is something that they're concerned about. That's the only reason why he's there.
You know what? You know what, Marcus? I got a new Tank song today.
What's that?
Just in case I don't make it. Oh, that's Jaheim, by the way. Ooh,
that is Jaheim.
That's Jaheim. But see, I got a new R&B song today. We're gonna go off for Tank. You know, Tank is on Thursday night. We're gonna bring Jaheim on the Monday Night Madness. Just in case I don't make it home tonight. Get out of here. I don't want to hear that crap, man. I ain't trying to hear that.
Here's the thing about it, though. You're not paying Lance anything. You're not paying him anything. Now, it's one thing when you start paying the guy, but you're not paying Lance. I don't even know what his contract is. If anybody has Trey Lance's contract, he was the number 3 pick. He's not making Aaron Rodgers money or Deshaun Watson money or Dak Prescott money or Kyler Murray money or Josh Allen money. He's in the second year of his rookie deal. And you're paying so basically for 2 quarterbacks, you're paying $20 million for 2 quarterbacks. One who's taking you to a Super Bowl twice, and one who you have had your eyes on, who you think can be your future. I mean, that's not the ideal situation, but I mean that's pretty nice when you're able to have 2 guys. Because generally in this league, you gotta have 2 guys. You gotta have some. You have to have some. Can you imagine what the Eagles would have been without Nick Foles? when Carson Wentz went down. You know, it's just having an insurance policy. You got a guy who's been to the Super Bowl. You're not having to pay him a whole bunch of money. It's a win-win-win for everybody. It's a win for Trey Lance because it's like I'm still the starter. It's a win for Jimmy G. My shoulder's hurt and I can't play anyway. And if I got released or traded, they're not going to pay me anything because I'm injured right now. And it's a win for the 49ers because it's like we got two quarterbacks and one of them who's been to a Super Bowl. So it's a win-win-win for everybody. With Jimmy G, if Trey Lance gets hurt, I get to go in and save the day. I've already taken this team to the Super Bowl. We were in the NFC Championship last year. I'm a free agent at the end of the year anyways. I can bring my stock up. Go somewhere else, get paid a whole bunch of money. It's a win-win-win for everybody. The 49ers won't have any. I mean, you can do a whole lot worse than Jimmy G. I don't think Jimmy G is a great quarterback. He's not a world beater, but he's not Geno Smith. He's not Drew Lock. So it's a win-win-win for everybody, in my opinion.
All right. Moving on. Speaking of making picks, you know we always talk about this. Listen, y'all been real disrespectful about this 2018 draft, and I feel like there's a debate coming up with this 2018 draft because there's already been some hot, fiery, steamy conversations already that done stemmed from this disrespectful 2018 first round draft. All right.
Quentin Nelson should have gone number 1. Anyway.
Okay. With that being said, Rocco just gave up the idea that we pretty much want to do. What we want to do is, first and foremost, since we only got so much time in the show because I feel a debate is coming on, we are going to take the first half of this. The first half, we're going to go 1 to 16. We're not going to do 1 to 32 because I feel a debate coming on. And we'll do 17 through 32 next week on Monday Night Madness. But we will do 1 through 16, and you guys will pick who your first, second, third, and so on and so forth pick would have been. All right. Make it quick, though, because we only got so much time. So I'm going to start off with quotes because Rocco already told us who his number 1 would have been, which was Quentin Nelson. So go ahead, quotes.
Number 1 for me, Lamar Jackson.
No way.
No way.
I like this guy. Andre, bring this guy on more. I like him.
Quotes, absolutely. You know, quotes be here. Quotes be here all the time. By the way, y'all call line is open too. 716-954-5209. Marcus.
Yeah, number one, the Browns did not have a quarterback at the time. They didn't have a quarterback at the time. The year before, they passed up on Deshaun Watson. Here, you take Josh Allen, number 1.
Marcus, the alphabet. I see what you're doing here. You're trying to lead this right into this debate that we was having earlier. I see what you're doing. And you know what?
It's the truth.
Strike.
All right. Now, what you say? Thank you, quotes.
Right.
What position generally goes number 1 95% of the time? Come on, folks. This ain't rocket science.
We know. But I only did that because I know where you lead this conversation to, in which it's my turn, and I'm going to agree with you. I'm taking Josh Allen at number 1. But I had to do because I know where you going. All right, number 2.
Number 2, I'm going Quentin Nelson. Number 2, you still had Eli Manning at the time. You get him a young generational guard who can protect him up the middle, and then you look for that running back. You look for that running back later on. I think now you will never see a running back going in the top 3 again. So I'm taking Quentin Nelson at number 2. I'm going Quentin Nelson number 2.
For me, this is the spot I would take Josh Allen. Yes, they had Eli Manning, but Eli Manning wasn't Eli Manning at that point. You get a project quarterback in Josh Allen to sit behind that Eli Manning. Doesn't have to get thrust onto the field day one because we saw what rookie year Josh Allen was. Number 2 is where I take Josh.
All right. Well. Number 2 for me.
And then
oh, go ahead, Rocco. Yeah, you next.
Okay, great. So number 1, Cleveland gets Quentin Nelson, arguably the best player in this entire draft. So then number 2, New York Giants, they get the best defensive player to come out of this draft, a guy who wasn't even drafted in the first round in the original draft. Number 2, New York Giants, they get Darius Leonard, linebacker.
So number 2, the Giants would take Darius Leonard.
They would take
linebacker.
Darius Leonard.
Darius Leonard. Number 2.
He's been the best. He's been the best defensive player from this draft.
So I'm gonna go by positional needs here, which the New York Giants at the time needed a running back, an offensive line, a pass rusher, and then they needed a corner too. It seemed like they needed the whole house, to be very honest with you. They had just traded Jason Pierre-Paul. So let's see here. Denzel Ward went number 4, but what we know right now about who the better players were at the time, you took Darius Leonard. I'm actually gonna take I'm gonna take Roquan Smith. Nope, I'm sorry. I'm taking Bradley Chubb at number 2.
Okay.
I'll take Bradley Chubb at number 2.
Okay.
All right. Number 3.
Jets still didn't have a quarterback. Who would they have at quarter? I don't even know who they had at quarterback. They didn't have a quarterback at the time. Right here. Who did they have?
They had Ryan Fitzpatrick. They had Fitzmagic.
Fitzmagic. Here, gosh, that's terrible. I'm taking Vita Vea at 3. I'm taking Vita Vea at 3. You shore up that defense. You got a guy that's an awesome interior defender. I'm taking Vita Vea at 3.
Quotes.
I'm going Roquan Smith. They don't get the quarterback on offense, but they get one on defense there at number 3 for me. So Roquan Smith.
Facts. I'm going with Roquan Smith at number 3 as well. Simple and plain. Number 4.
Hey, Andre.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Rock.
3rd pick, Jets needed quarterback desperately. So at 3, they're going to go with the best quarterback to come out of this draft class. They're going to take from Louisville, Lamar Jackson.
Okay. Interesting enough. Number 4.
I took Josh Allen. I took Josh Allen right there. I took Josh Allen at 1. So yeah. I'm coming right back on the defensive side of the ball. This is 2018. What year did Myles Garrett went? 2017, right?
First overall, 2017.
2017. I'm taking Bradley Chubb right here. And I'm pairing Bradley Chubb with Myles Garrett. I got my bookends. I'm set up. world-class defense. I got to see the Steelers twice a year. I got to see the Ravens twice a year. I got to see the Bengals. Give me a bookend edge rusher there. I'm going to go with Bradley Chubb at 4.
All right, my pick, obviously, for 1, 2, and 3. Y'all heard the picks that I made. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. I'm taking Lamar Jackson at number 4 for the Cleveland Browns. They definitely desperately needed a quarterback at number 4. I'm taking him. With what I know now, I'm taking Lamar Jackson at number 4.
Okay.
I took Lamar number 1 for the Browns in this one, and at number 4, I'm going cornerback as well, but I'm going his Louisville teammate Jair Alexander over Denzel Ward. Okay. Jair Alexander at 4.
That's a good pick. That's definitely a good pick.
Right. All right. And then at number 4. So I got the Browns taking Quentin Nelson at 1. At 4, I'm taking somebody the Browns took in real life, but it was later in the draft. For the 4th overall pick, I take running back Nick Chubb.
Oh, okay. Okay, interesting pick there. All right. Number 5.
5. Broncos there. I'm shoring up. I'm shoring up my defense there, and I'm taking Saquon Barkley. I'm taking Saquon Barkley at 5. Broncos have always been a running team, and I'm gonna go there with Saquon Barkley. Pound the rock, and I think their offensive line was better. And I think who was the quarterback? You take a lot of pressure off of at the time. I think Paxton Lynch. They were like experimenting with quarterback. You run the football in that division. I'm taking Saquon Barkley at 5.
Quotes.
I'm going Darius Leonard at 5 to Denver.
Sports angle.
So number 5, I'm sticking with defense on this one. The Broncos did make a solid pick here, but at number 5, I am taking Fred Warner, linebacker.
That's actually a really good pick. That's a really, really good pick. I like that pick. At number 5, Bradley Chubb. I'm not taking. Obviously, he would have been off the board already for me. At number 5, seeing that they needed pass rusher, corner, and offensive line at the time, this is where I take number 5, Quentin Nelson. Number 6.
At 6, I'm taking Colts. I'm going right here, and I'm taking Mike McGlinchey there. They really were bad on the offensive line. And I think Andrew Luck was on his way out, but you get the second best offensive lineman there.
I'm sticking with Quentin Nelson at number 6, even though I think him falling to number 6 in the actual draft at the time was a travesty. I'm sticking with Quentin Nelson.
And then at number 6, the Indianapolis Colts. I'm going to go with defense this time. I'm going to go with the guy who was taken by the Bears in real life, Roquan Smith, linebacker.
All right. The Colts at number 6 at the time needed running back, offensive line, wide receiver, pass rush, and linebacker. This is the pick where if I don't get Darius Leonard, I'm getting Fred Warner right here. Number 7.
7 for me. What year did the Bills get? Looking at the quarterbacks, the good quarterbacks are already gone here. I'm gonna give you Jair Alexander to go with Tre'Davious White. You got your two corners there, and you're able. Yeah, that would be really nice. That'd be real nice. I'm gonna go Jair Alexander at 7.
Oh man, I am going with Baker Mayfield at number 7 to the Buffalo Bills.
You know what?
Baker, give me all the commercials. Give me all of it.
I like this guy.
There were no receivers in this draft. There were
pretty much. Yeah, pretty much none.
2 days early with direct.
Number 7, Buffalo Bills. They take Tremaine Edmonds. They took him at 16 in real life. I'm going 7 here. So linebacker Tremaine Edmonds.
For 8.
Don't you skip. I can't believe you, quotes. You are so disrespectful taking Baker Mayfield at number 7. Highly disrespectful.
You need a quarterback.
Nah, you disrespectful. I don't care if they need a quarterback. I ain't taking Baker Mayfield at number 7. I'm telling you that right now. No. Not a chance. Buffalo. The Buffalo Bills needed at the time probably everything. Damn near. Shush, quotes. Yo, I'm telling you, you just keep your mess going, all right? Keep it up, sir.
Ooh, my team is next.
That's nice. Your team is next. I got you. I see what you're trying to do. I'm taking actually I'm actually with Marcus on this one too. I'm actually taking the corner because that just sounds like a sweet deal. Jair Alexander and Trey White sound like a sweet deal. I'm taking Jair.
That's a pretty nice combo there.
Yeah, I'm taking Jair. Why not? Number 9.
At 8, the Bears, they needed everything. The Bears needed everything right there. I'm giving the Bears here. That's 2018. You already had Mitchell Trubisky. You drafted Mitchell Trubisky in 2017. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna give y'all. I'm gonna give you Darius Leonard there. I'm gonna give you Darius Leonard there. I think he's turned out to be a better linebacker than Roquan Smith. That's no disrespect to Roquan Smith, but you get Darius Leonard here in your defense. You know, Mitchell Trubisky, I think he took him to the playoffs this year. So give me Darius Leonard there at 8.
Ooh, at 8 for the Chicago Bears. I'm gonna go receiver, actually. I'm gonna go Calvin Ridley at 8.
Oh,
Chicago Bears.
That's a good pick, man. That's a good pick.
I mean, I hope he doesn't go to Chicago. There's a lot of bookies in Chicago.
Quote.
Okay, so I will say number 8 as a Chicago Bears fan. I gotta put this out here. I'm gonna select a guy that I wanted them to take back in 2018. He went number 11, but I wanted him to go to Chicago. Give me Minkah Fitzpatrick because, oh boy, Minkah Fitzpatrick and Eddie Jackson in the same safety core would have been elite.
Quotes, I want to remind you once again that this has become your theme for the day. Obviously, you can't get the prices right. You keep on picking people. The Chicago Bears didn't even need, at the time, they needed offensive line, defensive line, and linebacker. I'm with Marcus on this one as well. I might take Tremaine Edmonds on this one at the linebacker position.
All right.
Continue.
At number 9, 49ers, their need at the time was, man. This is where I take Josh Rosen. I leave Josh. I keep Josh Rosen in. No, I'm sorry. I'm taking Sam Darnold here. I'm taking Sam Darnold at 9. He gets to stay. He played at USC. You get to stay in California. I think with that organization, instead of being the disaster that he was with Adam Gase in New York, I think I'm taking Sam Darnold here. You got your quarterback of the future. He gets to stay home, and he's got some weapons over there. So give me Sam Darnold at 9.
At 9, I was stuck between Darnold and Rosen, but I got to go with Marcus on that one. Give me Darnold with the 49ers.
Oh, my goodness. What in the...
All right, so for number 9, I'm actually going to stay with defense on this one, and I'm actually going to go with a guy who's had a solid career, hasn't been flashy, but it's been a solid career. Give me linebacker Harold Landry. I got him going 9.
Ooh, very nice. Very, very nice.
Marcus in quotes. I just want to let y'all know, y'all really doing the number today. Really, really big number on these picks. My question is, why would you take a quarterback and Jimmy G had just got re-signed in 2018? They got Richard Sherman. They got Jimmy G. Why would you take a quarterback? You know who I'm taking? I'm going to get Calvin Ridley and add another weapon to Jimmy G. This is the reason why y'all sitting up here talking about Jimmy G now.
I could see that. That's fair.
Calvin Ridley. What's wrong with y'all? Number 10.
Well, obviously, the whole Josh Rosen thing didn't work out. The 3 top quarterbacks are already off the board, and they needed a quarterback here, only to get rid of him 1 year later. So I'm going to give him a more impact player here in that NFC West, and I'm going to go with Roquan Smith right here. Roquan Smith, you still got Patrick Peterson over there. All of the quarterbacks have been wiped out already. So give me Roquan Smith at 10.
This was the year before Kyler Murray. This is where I would take Saquon.
Woo! Man, that's
okay.
That's not a bad pick.
Who was Arizona's
number 10? I'm gonna go with David Johnson.
Oh, that's right. They did have David Johnson still. So yeah, I mean, he had 1 or 2 good years. But I'm gonna go on the defense. Yeah, they still had David Johnson. That's right.
Yeah. Number 10. I'm gonna go with defense. Yeah. I'm gonna go defense here at 10. I'm gonna go up the middle, so I'm gonna go defensive tackle Darren Payne. I went 13 in real life. I'll pick him at 10.
All right, I'm so tired. Like, are you serious right now? I'm gonna keep doing this, and maybe this was for myself too, because at number 10, instead of taking Josh Rosen, I'm taking the more solidified quarterback in the league. I know the first 3 was wiped off the map, but I gotta take this dude because I really believe in this dude. I think he's gonna be a professional all around backup quarterback for the rest of his life. I'm taking Mason Rudolph at number 10.
Yo. Yeah, nah.
Wait, who?
Mason Rudolph.
I'm joking.
Wow.
I'm joking. I'm taking Mika Fitzpatrick at number 10. They needed a safety. They just got rid of Tyrann Mathieu. I'm taking Mika Fitzpatrick.
Okay.
I like that.
We're at 11 now.
Yeah, we had 11.
At 11 right here, I'm keeping it just like that. That was a perfect pick. It was a perfect pick.
What, Mason Rudolph?
No, the Miami Dolphins. And I know that I know that Mona's happy to have him in Pittsburgh now, but that was a great pick. It was a great pick, and they still ended up getting a first round pick back for him. But I'm not letting him go. I'm not letting him go. I'm gonna go Josh Rosen right here. They had just gotten rid of nope, I'm going Calvin Ridley right there.
Oh man.
I'm going Calvin Ridley at 11.
All right, quotes. What you got?
I'm keeping Mika Fitzpatrick. I wanted to switch him out with Derwin James so bad, but I'm keeping Mika Fitzpatrick in that spot.
Okay. Well, considering Mika Fitzpatrick is on the Bears in my timeline at number 8. At number 11, I got the Miami Dolphins taking linebacker Leighton Vander Esch at number 11.
All right. I'm sorry. I'm laughing. I'm sorry, Mona. I'm sorry. I promise you I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. Miami, right?
Maybe you can acquire him from the Bears in my timeline. Maybe trade a first-round pick to get him in my timeline.
Oh, man. So, Miami Dolphins needed the whole house in 2018. Wide receiver, quarterback, linebacker, corner, offensive line, defensive line, and they needed a tight end too. All right. Man, oh man, I'm sitting up here fishing through these picks. Let's see. Miami picked Mika Fitzpatrick for real in real life. We know how that turned out. He ended up going to the Steelers. Ended up being a way better safety. Right here, I take Vita Vea.
For Miami?
Yep.
Okay. I can see that.
Okay.
At 12, we got the Buffalo Bills right there. And
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
That is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And right there, I'm giving them Harold Landry right there. You got an elite pass rush right there. I'm gonna give them Harold Landry right there. No. I'm gonna go Denzel Ward. I'm gonna give them a corner. Their secondary is atrocious. Denzel Ward at 12.
Well, good switch up at the end, Marcus. Good switch up.
And he's still on my board here, so I'm gonna stick with Vita Vea here at 12. Yeah, Vita, you can stay with. Yeah.
All right, number 12, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm actually going to go offensive line for this one. I'm going to go with tackle Orlando Brown from Baltimore. He was with Baltimore in the original timeline. I'm picking Orlando Brown at 12.
Okay, that's a very good pick. I like that pick. I'm taking Nick Chubb at this pick. Buccaneers needed a running back at the time too. They need an offensive line, running back, defensive line, and corner. I'm taking Nick Chubb right here at this pick.
Okay.
Number 13.
Okay, 13. At 13, I'm taking Minkah Fitzpatrick right there. This year, Sean Taylor like replacement. I know Sean was already gone. I'm giving them Minkah right there at 13.
And that's my Derwin James spot.
At 13, Washington football team, Washington Commanders, whatever the heck you wanted to call them, Washington Redskins. I'm taking running back Saquon Barkley. He went second in the real draft. I'm taking him 13th here. So Saquon Barkley, 13th.
All right, so this draft wasn't a whole hell of a lot cornerback heavy. So right here, even though the Washington football team or Washington Commanders, which was the Washington Redskins at this time, needed defensive line, offensive line, and corner at the time. I don't really see a whole lot of corners you could get right here if I didn't pick Denzel Ward already. So if this pick isn't Denzel Ward, I didn't pick Denzel Ward.
No.
Okay, I'll take Denzel Ward at this pick.
And that's Washington, correct?
Yeah, that's Washington. I'll take Denzel Ward. Next one.
14. 14, I'm going to help you out, Dalton. I'm going to give you I think he's been a better edge rusher than Marcus Davenport. I'm giving you Harold Landry at 14.
Let's see. The Saints are at 14. I'm also going defense. This is where I will go Bradley Chubb.
Okay. 14, New Orleans Saints. I'm going to go with the offensive line on this one. And I'm actually going to go with one of the most underrated and undervalued offensive tackles in the NFL. Give me Brian O'Neill.
All right. Number 14. I'm going to be disrespectful, and I'm going to make the Saints keep the pick that they got already on the board.
No look.
Marcus, darling.
For 15, this is my Derwin James pick right here. I'm giving them Derwin James for the Raiders. They just had horrible play. The best wide receivers already wiped out. So I'm going to give them a dynamic playmaker in the secondary, and I'm going to go with Derwin James at 15. This was not a good wide receiver. They needed a wide receiver to go with Derek Carr, but there's no wide receivers in this draft.
It's crazy because I am going wide receiver here. This is where I would take DJ Moore.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
Yeah, that is a good pick. I didn't see him there.
So number 15, me being in Las Vegas and having to watch the Raiders during this time period, I'm actually going to keep the pick the way it is. Colton Miller is actually the best offensive lineman they've had on this team for the last couple of years. And he's actually been pretty solid. So 15, Colton Miller, tackle.
And last but not least, is 16.
Oh, no. I didn't pick the Raiders pick.
Oh, okay.
You're on to something, Rocco. I like what you said, but I'm taking Mike McGillicuddy because I haven't picked him yet, and he went higher than Colton Miller in this draft. I didn't pick a tackle yet. I'm going to take Mike McGillicuddy. Okay,
and last but not least, for our 16th pick, Bills, you had 2 first-round picks here. First pick, I gave you Jair Alexander to pair with Tre'Davious White, and at 16, I'm giving you Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson at 16. You got your quarterback. You're able. I think there with the he would have in the AFC East. This dude would have been. You see what he does in the AFC North. Can you imagine this guy in the AFC East against those guys there? I think he would be He would be a terror over there. So give me Lamar Jackson. You know, I think right there, ooh-wee, that would be incredible. So give me Lamar Jackson at 16.
For me at 16, I am going Fred Warner.
At 16, Buffalo Bills, I'm going to take Rashaan Evans, linebacker.
Yo, that's funny because I'm taking linebacker right now, and I'm taking Darius Leonard at 16.
Wait. How does he fall to 16? What?
You heard my picks already. You heard my picks, and I went by positional needs, by the way. I didn't go outside of positional needs like some of y'all did on this joint. I'm taking Darius Leonard at number 16 because he fell at number 16 to Buffalo. In mine, he fell. He fell to 16.
All right.
Matter of fact, wait a minute. Darius Leonard was what pick in the first round in this draft anyway?
He wasn't a first round pick.
He wasn't even a first rounder, so technically I'm doing him a favor for real anyway.
Right, but I have him at number 2. Marcus, where'd you have Darius Leonard at?
Darius Leonard, I had him at 8. I had him going to the Bears.
That's good.
And Quotes had him at
5.
I don't care.
5.
Aaron Rodgers
2, 5, and
8.
8.
That's nice. And Aaron Rodgers went 24, so I don't care. It just proves that certain people can fall. So I'm taking Darius Leonard at 16. That's nice. 2, 5, and 8. 2, 5, and 8 out of seat, whatever. Anyway, I respect y'all picks. I ain't even gonna front. But now I gotta ask this question since we here. Y'all heard me take Lamar Jackson, number 1 to Cleveland, right? Marcus the alphabet. Does he make it in the Cleveland organization the first 2 years, sir?
Yes. And I'll explain why. And I already know what you're going to say. Well, how number one, Lamar Jackson actually really does play in the AFC North, so we know he can survive over there. There's the difference. We've seen him in the AFC North.
Wait a minute.
You give him in this time if he goes number 1. If he goes number 1, and you come and in our timeline here, he goes number 1, and then you draft Nick Chubb in the 2nd round, which the Browns actually did. Lamar Jackson with Nick Chubb, Odell Beckham Jr., and Jarvis Landry, David Njoku. That offensive line, I think Joe Thomas is still playing there.
No, he retired.
Was he retired by then? Okay. They still had Alex Mack. Did they have Alex Mack by then? I don't know, but in that system there, where we see what he does without wide receivers. You give him Odell Beckham Jr. and Jarvis Landry and David Njoku. I think he's going to be I think we know he can survive with her. He's the fastest guy on the field. And then you give him a power run game, which he has in Baltimore with an actual wide receiver in Odell Beckham Jr., who he's going to have fun with. He can run around and Odell Beckham Jr. can uncover. He would have been a menace. He would have been a menace even more. I think he would be even deadlier than he was than he's been in with the Ravens because he actually have a wide receiver, 2 good wide receivers. So yeah, he would be just fine. And it's not hypothetical because he actually plays in the AFC North, not in the AFC East against
a totally different organization in which Cleveland is a total different organization than Baltimore. But okay, I get you. I hear what you're saying. I'm not even gonna refute that. I'm just going once again. He has to get the ball to his receivers, but once again, that tells me where Lamar Jackson is to you, aka then to Josh Allen, which was the debate we had earlier. But that's fine and dandy. I ain't bringing it up because we ain't got too much time. We got to get to these top 20 picks, in which we're gonna do the top 10 today because we ain't gonna have enough time to do 20. Godly. I'm so glad for sports talk.
Yeah, before we do that, let's do since we're doing this 2018 draft. Why don't we play the picks right here?
You said do what?
Since we're doing a repick of the 2018 draft, let's do pressure bust pipes, the bits piece there. Let's actually talk about it before we move on to this top 20 for this year.
Yeah, let's do that if we can.
This year, Alphabet Bits for 18 August 2022. Like Uncle Ben said from Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. One of the biggest pressures that any athlete faces is being the top pick. You're selected over all the athletes in your sport. That's like being in a submarine in the abyss type pressure. Even more pressure than that is being the number 1 overall pick. It is the difference between drafting Peyton Manning or Ryan Leaf, Andrew Luck or RG3. It's not an exact science, and many of GMs have been sent packing for making the wrong selection. You're basically putting your reputation on the line and going to bat for a kid who's about to be a multi-millionaire. Will this kid fit my system? Will the young man be able to work with the coach? Was his college tape fraudulent? Now, for the main reason in this bid. As of now, I consider Baker Mayfield a bust. Look at all the players drafted after him. Now, I know that hindsight's always 2020. It's always easy to say you were right after the fact of the matter. But I think that anyone that watches the game knows that if we did a redraft of the 2018 draft, we know that Baker Mayfield would not go number 1 again. Not over the likes of Quentin Nelson, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Minkah Fitzpatrick, Jair Alexander, Vita Vea, or Roquan Smith. When I select you number 1 overall, I expect John Elway, Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, Troy Aikman. Pro Bowls, All Pros, and Super Bowls. I expect you to be the leader of my team and a foundation to my organization. When I surround you with good players, I expect you to thrive. I expect you to be the hardest worker on the field. I expect maturity. I expect making a major investment in you will not burn me. I expect dynamic returns. Staying with the 2018 draft. Yes, I know so far Saquon Barkley, Sam Darnold, and Josh Rosen have been bust too, but they were not selected number 1 overall. Get your weight up. For more news and notes, check out Alphabet's Bits on YouTube and tune in Friday nights on Facebook, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for the Alphabet's Football Show with my lovely co-host, Ramona Diehard and the Rise Up family. I've given you all the tools you need to be successful. A top-notch backfield featuring Nick Chubb, who was in the same draft as you, and Kareem Hunt. 2 top-notch wide receivers in OBJ and Landry. A first-round pick at tight end in Njoku. I gave you an elite defense with one of the best edge rushers in the game. Good corners in Denzel Ward, who was in the same draft as you as well. Is now one of the top-paid corners in the league. Greedy Williams and Greg Newsome. I drafted JOK. Come on, man. I gave you everything you needed, and you still stuck up the joint. You got replaced by a guy with 24 sexual accusations. How do you get fired on your day off, Craig? Time to come to realize this dude has been a bust. Instead of making commercials, you should be in that playbook. Now, don't go to Carolina and play him out, man. There will be no mercy. No mercy given. Y'all know what it is. See ya. Bits just makes it. I try to make it as simple as possible for everybody. I think that sums it up. I think we all can agree that if we redid this draft, the 2018 draft, that Baker Mayfield would not be number one. So that just such beautiful, worked out perfectly. What you over there warning?
Yo. You are absolutely 110% right. But I'm so glad that you showed that Alphabet's Bits, Marcus, because you just made my debate even more credible, sir. I can't believe you. Baker Mayfield was able to make it out year 1 and 2. Lamar Jackson would make it out year 1 and 2 with all those weapons that you just named. But Josh Allen wouldn't. Oh man. I almost forgot the whole JOK, Greg Newsome, all those other. I damn near forgot about them picks too. OMG.
Well, JOK was just like 2 years ago. I mean, it's not.
Yeah, I know, but still in all. But I'm just saying, Marcus the Alphabet. You know what? I'm happy today. I'm not even gonna get into the whole Josh thing because I'm just so super ecstatic at the news that I just received. By the way, y'all should know this right now on Monday Night Madness. Rise Up Family on September 23rd will be. There's no ifs, ands, buts. It ain't no voting for this. The city is giving Rise Up Family the Homage Award coming up. At the Homage Awards coming up on September 23rd, 2020, Rise Up Family will receive an award paying homage to what we've done for the last 6 years. Phenomenal. We appreciate everybody who has supported us and respects what we've done for the last 5-6 years. We appreciate you. And now we are being blessed with the Homage Award. So we appreciate that, definitely. We know what happened the last time. We won't get into the 716 award situation, but we here. Once again, you can't deny great. And yes, I say great because I'm surrounded by great people. We argue like brothers and sisters, fight like brothers and sisters. But when we come together, it's a mean thing when we come together. So we appreciate that. We are being awarded for our hard, diligent work. So September 23rd, I'll make sure that we go live on this. Definitely the Homage Award. I got some other great news too, but I ain't going to spill it right now. I'm going to spill it a little later. We got to talk about these top 100 players. Marcus the Alphabet. I already know you. So I'm right here, Mr. Rise Up. I see you with the Rise Up hoodie, Mr. Rise Up. Or is that the long sleeve?
That's the long sleeve.
I need me a hoodie.
Quotes, we're going to get you a shirt. You live by me. You can go get a shirt. All right.
Oh, no, I moved. I'm not in Buffalo anymore.
What?
Yeah.
Where the hell did you move?
I'm currently in Jamestown for a few weeks until I go to move to Charlotte next month.
Wow. You turning into a Carolina Panther?
Oh,
no, I'm
no,
just joking.
Never.
I'm just joking. I'm joking with you on that. But nevertheless, yes. All right. Marcus the Alphabet and Mr. Sports Angle. I'm telling you now, I got it queued up and ready. If y'all try to tell me right now that Tom Brady is number one on this list, I already got it fired up, queued up, ready to go. We going down the list, and we going to pick who really should be 1 through 10 right now. And I'm going to start with you, Marcus, because if you mess up, I'm queuing it up.
I'm not putting look.
Mm-hmm.
The debate is always, is this for what are you projecting this into the following year, or is this a lifetime achievement award? I think if it's a lifetime achievement award, I think we all know Tom Brady's accolades. We all know his greatness. We all know about his championships. We know about his passing touchdowns. We know about his passing yards. Tom Brady right now is not the best quarterback in the NFL. He's not. And I know, Marcus, he got 7 championships. I got it. I totally get it. He is not the best quarterback in the NFL right now. He's just not. I know people are going to go crazy. So with that, I have got to move Aaron Donald into the number 1 spot. I've got to put him there. And I also have an issue with Josh Allen not being in the top 10. I know all the time people, oh, Marcus, you hate the Buffalo Bills. Oh, Marcus, you hate Josh Allen. I keep telling y'all, I just call things the way that I see it. You have some super fanboys out there that can't see past their nose when it comes to Josh Allen. I throw balls and I call balls and I call strikes. Josh Allen is one of the top 10 players in the NFL. Now, I'm not putting him at the top spot, and I'm not putting him in, and I'm not putting him. I tell y'all that all the time. My issue is that when you say something bad about Josh Allen around here, is everybody gets up in the arms. Josh Allen is a top 10 player in the NFL. I don't think he's better than Patrick Mahomes. I just don't, because Patrick Mahomes beats his head in every time that he sees him. I won't say beat his head. He beats him. He's eliminated him out of the past 2 playoffs. I cannot put Josh Allen in front of Patrick Mahomes. And I cannot really put Josh Allen in front of Tom Brady because they actually played head to head and Tom Brady beat him. So I cannot look, we can debate certain things, but when you play head up, I cannot give you the nod over a guy whenever y'all play heads up and they beat you. I just can't. So I have Josh Allen with this list here. I would have him as the 3rd best quarterback. Okay. Jalen Ramsey, after I saw what happened to Jalen Ramsey in the Super Bowl, and I still think he's an awesome player. I cannot have Jalen Ramsey. I always tell people, if you're going to put somebody in, you got to take somebody out. I'm taking out Jalen Ramsey and I'm putting in Josh Allen. I have no issue with TJ Watt, Defensive Player of the Year. We all see what Jonathan Taylor is. I think he's ascending. Maybe the next best running back now with Derrick Henry. I see Derrick Henry on a decline. Devontae Adams, we all know about his accolades. Patrick Mahomes, we know about him. I'm taking Jalen Ramsey out of the top 10 and I'm putting Josh Allen in.
Hey, Marcus, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
So by using your logic about heads up, right? Because Brady beat Allen. Who's a better quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo or Aaron Rodgers?
That is true. And I got you. And Rocco, that's a fair question to ask. Is there anybody that would take Jimmy G over Aaron Rodgers? If you have to even think about, if you even have to pause for a second, the answer is no. It's like the same thing asking somebody, does this guy deserve to be in the Hall of Fame? If you have to pause, then the answer is no. If I say right now, to Tom Brady, when Tom Brady retires, he get first ballot Hall of Fame. Yes. There's no pause, there's no delay. We already know. There's nobody in this world that would take Jimmy G over Aaron Rodgers. To me, Aaron Rodgers' failures have been as a result of piss poor front office management while you're drafting the guy in the first round and you can't even get him on the field when you could have went out and got other players. That's all that I'm saying. But I got you. But there are some mitigating circumstances with that. But go ahead, Rocco. That's a good question, though. Rocco keep me on my toes. Do y'all see this list that Dalton has here? Tom Brady 1, Jonathan Taylor 2, Aaron Donald 3, Aaron Rodgers 4, TJ Watt 5, Cooper Kupp 6, Josh Allen 7, Devontae Adams 8, Justin Jefferson 9, and Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce 10.
Now this list is based specifically off last season, right?
I think it projects. I think it projects for the next year because it's top 100 players for
2022.
Yeah, I mean that's this year. That's 2022. You're projecting people. Tom Brady will not be the best quarterback in the league this year. He just won't. He will not be. I think you have Justin Herbert coming. I think you got Joe Burrow coming. I think you got Josh Allen there. You got these young kids out there. I much respect to Tom Brady. That's meant is no disrespect. He's not the best. He's not the best quarterback in the league anymore. I mean, his accolades are legendary, but he's not that dude no more. And hell, just a couple months ago, we thought he was going to retire. So no.
Okay, Marcus, I'm glad Rocco asked you that question because that was the same question I was going to actually ask you. Because I was going to say, is Taysom Hill better than Tom Brady? Because, I mean, the Saints beat him twice last year. I was going to ask the same question. And so here's the other thing, sir.
Okay, if we're going to do that, is Trevor Lawrence better? Is Trevor Lawrence better than Josh Allen?
Nope. But watch this. But here's my point I was going to get to, too. You mentioned Patrick Mahomes, right?
Yeah.
I would be the one that's amiss to say that technically, yes, Josh Allen did lose to Patrick Mahomes in that playoff, but let's not act like Josh Allen did not have the Chiefs beat twice in that playoff game, and that was on the defense. Hold on. And that was really on the defense and not Josh Allen. And then that same year, he also beat them in the regular season. So technically, I get what you're saying as far as in the playoff, but that's kind of misconstrued when Josh Allen technically had that game won twice. If we all really understand and know, no other team, no to me, and I'm gonna be just honest. I just think that this is a Buffalo thing. To be honest with you, no other team loses in 13 seconds. To be honest, besides the Buffalo Bills, and that's just being real. You want to talk about being real? I'm being real. But let's not say that Josh Allen is not over Patrick Mahomes because of the 2 playoff losses. When in reality, he beat Mahomes last year and then had him beat twice again at home again. And he was the runner. Hold on. And he was the runner-up. And I feel like if we are being honest, we're talking about best players, right? So the top 10 to me should be the top 2 players in each position that matters the most. Notice I say matters the most. Josh Allen was runner-up. Aaron Rodgers was the MVP. So I'm not understanding how Tom Brady.
That was 2 years ago. No, that was 2 years ago. That wasn't last year. That was 2 years ago.
Josh Allen was number. What number was Josh Allen last year?
He was like 4. He was like 4. He was like 3 or 4. Yeah.
Okay.
Now 2 years ago it was Aaron Rodgers and then him, but last year.
So wait a minute. So Josh Allen still isn't the second best quarterback in his.
No, he's not. He's not. Josh Allen is not better than Aaron Rodgers, and Josh Allen is not better than Patrick Mahomes. I know people. Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes are going to be linked to each other until the end of eternity. It's just because of you. They're basically around the same age. They're basically around the same age, and they're going to have to see each other like all the time. Right now,
can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How many playoff wins did Patrick Mahomes get last year?
How many wins did he have last year?
In the playoffs.
Who did they lose to? They lost to. He won one game. He won one. Or were they the number one? No, they weren't the number 1 seed.
Come on with it.
But they got to the championship.
Sir,
they got to the.
Sir, did they lose in the first round?
No.
Who did
they
Kansas?
They lost in the AFC championship to the Bengals. the next week after they beat the Bills.
Right.
So when you start,
I thought this was recapping from last year who they were saying.
No, you are projecting, and that's where people get so confused. Is this a lifetime achievement award? Is this what he did in 2021, or are we projecting for 2022? I asked that. It is projecting for 2020 for the following year. Tom Brady will not be the best quarterback in 2022. That's just what it is.
Oh, actually, I don't know, man.
I think Tom Brady. Let me tell you something. I think Tom Brady's in trouble this year. When you look at, he's lost 3 starting offensive linemen. 3, not just one. Like Dak lost, Tyron Smith. He's lost his center. He's lost one of his guards, and he lost one of his starting tackle. And he lost to the Saints. And your line has gotten worse. And you may not have, and you don't have Gronk, and you may not have Chris Godwin for the first part of the year. You, instead of Gronk, you got Kyle Rudolph. You don't think that that's going to make a difference? I think that losing those guys, Leonard Fournette came in overweight to training camp, and I think he'll get into shape or whatever, but he's got a uphill battle. And to be perfectly honest with you, I don't know this, but I don't like to speculate, but I am speculating. I think he's having some marital issues. I think Giselle told him to get his ass home. And that's why he missed so much time. I think she was hell-bent on him retiring, and he decided at the last minute, let's not forget he did retire. And then a few weeks later, he comes back and says he still wants to play. That's a guy who has one foot out the door already, in my opinion. Torch, are you there? Everybody there?
This list. Can we put some respect on the man that tied Michael Strahan's sack record last year, TJ Watt? I think that is keep getting overlooked. I think it is insane that keeps getting overlooked. Yeah, he should have broke it. He should have broke it if they didn't screw him over out of half a sack in that last game.
And I wouldn't have an issue with that if they wanted to move TJ Watt up. I don't know if Cooper Kupp has the same type of year that he had. Let's not forget, Cooper Kupp has not been healthy. Last year was his best year. He has been very, very injury prone, and he had a phenomenal, I think he had the second or third best wide receiver season in history. By the way, Matthew Stafford has 2 of those with him and Calvin Johnson and him and Cooper Kupp. But Cooper Kupp, I would have no issue. I would have no issue with TJ Watt being in the top 3. None. All right, we've lost Rocco, and we've lost Rocco, and we lost. Do we have any other issues? You have any other issues with this list, Close?
Let me look at it again. Besides Tom Brady being number 1 and Watt being so low, you really convinced me on this. I was iffy at Jalen Ramsey being in the top 10, and
after that Super Bowl
performance,
that's taking nothing away from him. He is a phenomenal corner. I don't want to take anything, but top 10, you can. I mean, being in the top 12 is not bad, but I cannot put you in the top 10 after what I saw last year. I just no.
Aaron Rodgers being so high is insane to me.
The MVP of the league.
Yes, losing Devontae. We don't know what we're going to see out of that receiving core this year, and what his supporting cast is going to be. So there's a lot of doubt with Aaron Rodgers for me. Still top 10 definitely, but
and I think you could say the same thing about Patrick Mahomes losing Tyreek Hill. Even though I think Patrick Mahomes will spread the ball around more.
Oh yeah, Sky Moore is going to look great, and I think Juju is going to have a comeback year.
I totally agree with you. Totally agree with you.
Yeah, I'm a lot
totally agree with you. And I'm going to give you, for all you fantasy footballers out there, I'm going to give you another name, Isaiah Pacheco. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. So yeah, and I just think that not having Josh Allen in the top 10 is criminal. Josh Allen in the top 10 is criminal. It's criminal.
It's criminal because he was 10 last year. He was
yeah, he was 10 last year. He only got better. He only put up better stats.
Well, he hit 400. He had 400 less yards with one extra game. So yeah, I mean, I can see, but he deserves to be in the top 10. He is one of the top. He is one of the top 3 quarterbacks in the league to me. I'm sorry, you have to give him that. And we all know the value of quarterbacks.
Yeah, Brady shouldn't be in the top 10 at all.
So Marcus, I'm not. Say it again, quote.
I said Brady should not be in the top 10. He will not be a top 10 player this year in the league at all.
Okay, so I agree with that, but I'm not buying the whole 400 yards less in one more game, and here's why. The reason why I'm not buying that is because the offense changed. 2020 was COVID season in which the offense was predicated solely pretty much on Josh Allen's arm. Last year, the offense was predicated on Josh Allen's arm, but they still had more of a running game because they brought Zach Moss along, which was less opportunities that Josh Allen had to actually throw the football last year, for one. For two, secondly, the strength of schedule was totally different from 2020 to last year as well. If we're being analytical, we need to add those elements as well to the fact that Josh Allen had 400 less yards.
You get the glory when everything goes good, and you get the blame when things go bad. The bottom line is he lost to Trevor Lawrence. He lost to Mac Jones throwing the ball 3 times. We have to take that into consideration.
Absolutely, and that right there was going to be the other half of why people going to say what they going to say as far as Josh Allen, because he lost those games that he lost. But let's be clear on those games too that he lost. The Patriots were a playoff team last year. No offense, divisional playoff team. Jacksonville, there's no excuse for that one. Pittsburgh, I don't even know how they underestimated Pittsburgh. I don't know how you underestimate the Pittsburgh Steelers.
What was the final score against Atlanta?
Atlanta, they beat Atlanta handedly, but it took them 3 quarters to beat them. It took them more than 3 quarters to beat them. So I do remember that.
I thought they kind of struggled with the Falcons.
I do remember that. Ramona, compare the strength of schedule for the Bills last year to the strength of schedule when they played the COVID season. That should tell you everything.
Well, they got a brutal schedule this year. They got a brutal
schedule this year.
They got a brutal schedule this year. NFC North and AFC North. Good luck with that.
Also, you also have to remember that strength of schedule is before you play the season.
Yeah,
technically, but technically that really wasn't a cakewalk of a season last year for the Bills. Look who the Bills played last year as well. They played like 4 or 5, I think at least 5 or 6 playoff teams last year alone. Last year.
They played the NFC South and the AFC South last year.
Right. AFC South had Tennessee, who went to the playoffs. The Colts barely missed the playoffs, in which they lost to. The South, they played Tampa. They lost to Tampa. We know that. They lost to Tampa, but they also played Tennessee.
Who was the number 1 seed?
They played Kansas City last year. And yeah, people would say, well, Kansas City wasn't the same Kansas City, but they still played Kansas City last year as well. He said, yes, Yes, it was. If you're considered being the number one defense, okay. I like the rebuttal on that. I like the rebuttal, but again, who you play isn't up to the Bills. The Bills played who they played last year on the schedule.
Yes, but then you also have to take you play whoever's on the schedule.
I totally get her comment.
But when you play, I tell you all the time, when you play tomato cans,
right? Which I agree. I agree with that. In majority of the hard games, the Bills did not win last year. They lost to Pittsburgh. They lost to the Colts. They lost to Tennessee. They lost to Tampa Bay. And
lost to Andy.
We lost to the Patriots. So yeah. I totally understand that. I totally get it. But let's also be mindful that, as you mentioned, the number one defense, I also have to predicate and remind you that the Bills lost major players on the defense last year as well, and still was able to keep a number one defense regardless of the fact.
Yeah, I think that having two rookie quarterbacks in your division has a lot to do with that success too.
Oh, I can understand that.
When you're playing Zach Wilson twice, and you're playing Zach Wilson twice, and you're playing Mac Jones twice, I think that and you're playing a second year dude in Tua Tagovailoa, who's coming off of an injury.
Hold on. Ramona, you guys went 11-0, and I never was one to say y'all had a cake schedule. I never said that. What I said is that y'all played the schedule, but the schedule at the end of the season got hard, and we know why, because we saw it. Yes, and I agree. I get you as making that point. I'm not against the point whatsoever. But what I'm saying is that y'all played y'all schedule, and with whatever injuries y'all had, y'all still made 11-0. When the season got tougher, we know what happened. It's the same thing with the Bills. I totally respect what you're saying. I'm just saying that if you're gonna give the Steelers credit, then we should give the Bills the same credit that we giving the Steelers. And everybody hasn't done that. I can respect that, but they should.
No doubt about it.
That's all I'm saying.
But we're about to get ready to shut it down. We're at an hour and a half. Our time has burned up. Torch, you on the way to the show with Mook?
No, I'm actually on the way. I actually am on the way to be a dad.
Okay.
I got you. Yeah, I'll call into the radio show. Okay. By the way, one other thing I want to mention, and I want to say this. There is opportunity. There's opportunity and consistency. I sent a couple people some things, and I'm gonna send a couple people some more things that I think is a great opportunity. Seize the moment and seize the opportunity, okay? Because later on, when I get home, I'm going to put in the comment section, in the Facebook post, exactly what opportunity I'm talking about.
No doubt about it.
But let's be mindful. I'm just saying, once again, let's be mindful that if we're doing what we're doing, you should take it very seriously. If that's where you want to go, take it very seriously and strive. All right? I know we play around a lot. You hear us argue a lot. But at the end of the day, we want people to succeed here, where we at Rise Up Family. We want them to succeed. So,
no
keep
doubt.
that in mind.
Well, everybody, we're about to get ready to get up out of here. Hope everybody enjoyed the show. Make sure y'all are checking out the Torch. Make sure y'all check out see us again. We'll be doing the Rise Up Radio Show, Rise Up Unlimited Radio Show on Thursday. Make sure you check out the Alphabets Football Show Friday night, 10 o'clock Eastern Time with my lovely co-host, Ramona Die-Hard. And make sure that you get up on Sunday morning, get up early and check out the Buffalo Bills, the early morning Buffalo Bills show on Sunday morning with Torch and and Monster McDowell and Mookie Hawkins, all my Bills Mafia people out there, check that out. Mook, he's all in the locker room talking to the head coach. He's with the players, all of that good stuff to give you some good knowledge, okay? Make sure y'all do that. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for all the love. We appreciate y'all. We couldn't do this without y'all. And we will see y'all next time. In the meantime, see ya.
See ya.